Welcome to Sims Hotline. This will be the next 73 hours for Capricorn. I was going to stop the video because I didn't do my intro correctly or how I want it, but I'm just going to leave it. We're going to see how this plays out. I feel like mistakes happen, so why stop when we can just pause and then keep going? You know, admit our faults and keep it moving. So that could be the theme over the next 73 hours. Usually when I channel or I do cards, I try to take, I feel like everything I say into consideration, even the stories or, you know, experiences that I share. I feel like they all correlate together. And I really don't like the pry. So I feel like the easiest way for me not to pry is to, you know, kind of share and go with the flow and see what I pick up on instead of trying to be, I don't know, all up in everybody's business. So you could be dealing with a Virgo. I believe Virgo just had that in their reading, the Knight of Swords. I put it back though, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe that has some significance. Anyway, we have the Devil in first. So you're coming out of something that you are chained to. You're releasing something that no longer needs to be worked towards. But in the same time, as you're unchaining, you're kind of like going from within. And you don't want to give to anybody else, but it's for your highest good. Just because you've been hurt in the past, and now it's just time for you to be you and be on your own energy. I feel like you do have a decision coming up though, whether you maybe want to keep repeating cycles, or somebody's going to come back around and it's going to show you like if you want to keep repeating or not. Even if it's just like a thought, it's like how you're going to entertain the thought of it, if that makes sense. Yeah, you're going to avoid the judgment basically because you have a new beginning on the horizon. So, I think the 5 of Cups are reversed. That's interesting. Ah, it's so weird. Now it's upright. I didn't even get the shuffle that good, but it flew out. I feel like you're missing out on an opportunity, but you only feel like you missed because you're not healed. You've really avoided something that could have been catastrophic recently. I mean, like, whether if that's like an argument or like you left before a fight erupted or a car accident, you might have like avoided somebody swerving into you, or you just like avoided a circumstance that could take you away from your livelihood or from like being in your bag. I feel like it was like somebody trying to set you up though, because I don't know, maybe their emotions were just like too tied into it, or they were over emotional about something. So like when I say a setup, I don't necessarily mean like just a robbery or something like that. It could be like, you ever get those like family dinners or those parties where they don't tell you that somebody you like is gonna be there, and it's like, well, it's a setup because it was like premeditated. Like no matter which way you look at it, like they knew they were gonna be there and you didn't, and you should have known. And if you know better, you do better. You feel me? It's just people don't take accountability, and they come from a place of lack, and in return they bring that to you. Oh, I can't get my cards out. They bring that to you, and that shit hurts. You know what I'm saying? They just stand there in the back like, oh yeah, I know I hurt you, but like I'm not the one getting hurt, so I'm happy. And it's like, well, what if you were in my shoes? Would you be happy? No. People would fucking flake. So just always take that. Yeah, and you're releasing this though. So maybe this is just all about like a time of release. I feel like very rested and rejuvenated and like lazy, like not in a bad way, like those lazy like snow days we used to have like when we were kids. Like we would sit inside and we could either go outside and play in the snow, or we could just like sit there and watch TV or play, you know? Or like when we're sick, you know, you stay home from school and you were sick, and you just kind of like relax and let your energy build back up. And that was like really the main part of it. Like when you're sick, you don't have the energy to, right? You're not in a constant state of, I don't know, go. You know, you're relaxing, you're trying to get better. So I feel like that's exactly what you're doing, and you're being called to do it. Yeah, Two of Wands. So you're just taking on, like, or embarking on a new endeavor. In order for you to do that, you need some energy. So anything else before I move on to the other deck? You're really just, like, releasing what wasn't seen and what wasn't communicated. So you should be proud of yourself. Especially if you are going through this right now, like, you should be really proud. A lot of people, even in their adulthood, like, if you see where our parents' downfalls are, it's the Tower and the Two of Wands. So I'll get back to, like, the whole parent thing. You know, matter of fact, I'm just gonna sum that shit up real quick. So, like, our parents like to pick and pry at us usually, right? But when it comes down to it, they have places in their life and who they are as a person that they haven't healed, and they like to pick and probe at us. But they don't like to take accountability of where they lack or where their downfalls are. They like to just make it seem like we're supposed to be perfect, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? So you might be encountering a person like that. I usually just encounter that with my parents, so. We have the I can't get the words out, the Tower, the Two of Wands, Five of Pentacles. So somebody doesn't want you or didn't want you to take this new route. So they're trying to like stir something up. They got something up their sleeve, like a few ways that they want to come and bring this to you here, like because they're not getting attention from you. So if you're not getting attention from me, why do you get to get on a new path if I can't? I'm just here like a hot conversation, like, well, because you haven't healed. Yeah, you're taking the time to, you know, really put yourself on the tree of life. You feel me? Like you're attached to it. And you're just like, you know, the blood's rushing to my head, but I'm learning that I shouldn't have tied my foot up like that. You know. I really just wanted to hang upside down on the tree. And I wanted to stay there for longer than I knew I could, so I tied myself to it. I feel like you're undoing those ties. Because you realize how it's been affecting your money. And you're like, well, why haven't I joined in holy matrimony with my bag, so. Maybe if you want, I'm hearing that song, Louis, Gucci, Fendi, Prada. So you're like, why haven't I gotten my well-deserved rite of passage? And I don't think you really have to like work really hard or like call it in. I think it's like already there waiting for you. But it hasn't come in because like you haven't gained your strength. Sometimes we have to heal in order for us not to repeat karmic and generational patterns during the time that we're supposed to be fully healed during. So just know it's gonna come once you like fully heal, and you might step back and be like, oh, like I've done all my major shadow work, and it's like, yeah, but did you remember back in 2010 or 12 when you were at a carnival and you got pushed and bullied and somebody made you up your cotton candy or something like that, and like how you felt worthless and how it was like the last money that your mom could have given you for like the next month or last bit of your allowance. Like it could have stemmed really deep, but all people saw was you getting knocked over with your cotton candy on the ground, you know? So it could be something like that, like some childhood trauma that you haven't given to that you really probably should. Once you heal from that, you're just gonna become to like this end-all be-all state, and I feel like during this time you're gonna get some universal knowledge that's going to like transpire you towards that healing, if that makes sense. I know this reading was like a whole mouthful, so I hope it resonated in the slightest bit for you, Cap. Well, that's all I really have for you. I'm gonna be putting out another possible video tonight or tomorrow, possibly tomorrow. I want to get all 12 signs done tonight, but if not tonight, I'll see you again.